this entire journey, every single day, I've been nervous, and it's just really scary because I've just been waiting for something bad to happen.
Can you just explain what that was like last night, sitting down with Tino for the first time face to face, let alone on national TV?
Yeah, I think obviously the whole thing is just extremely difficult. I was watching my proposal for the first time on that stage, going straight into the breakup, which I also, I lived it, but it's one thing to watch it back, especially knowing that everyone else is seeing something so intimate to you and so difficult. So it's definitely really, really hard to watch back. And I hadn't seen him since that day where we did end our engagement. So I knew it was going to be a difficult conversation and just at the end of the day, hoping we could get some sort of closure and move on.
And do you feel like you got any sort of closure?
I think sometimes having no closure is the closure for you. I have to really make peace with the fact that I just will never truly have the full answer. And I mean, I'm not perfect either. There is going to be his side to things and mine as well. So I think we just have to move forward and just really wish him the best, honestly.
Rachel, I do love you. And that's why I had to tell you.
You had to tell me, or I forced it out of you, and then immediately after you said, I wish I never told you.
Now, you alluded to some things that were said between the two of you that didn't make it to air. Are you comfortable sharing any of what you were alluding to?
I think when things get edited out of a show, it is for a reason. And there are so many things that are for television and for, the viewers who have been watching our story to see. And there are things that you share and go through something with a partner when you're engaged to them. And it is something that is extremely, extremely deeply personal. And I was honestly shocked to see him again bring it up after it had been removed. But at the end of the day, I think there are just some things that will stay between us, and that's just what it's going to be ultimately.
Eric is the only one here.
And he said he's gonna propose. I think it's like such a little dream, but it's like, big.
It was the first time that there were two leads. There was a lot said about that. Some people thought that some moments ended up being rather sexist, having the two of you giving the men too much power. Do you think that this format works?
I think, Rachel and I always say that, like, no matter what happened with the men, we got the best person out of this journey, which is each other. So I think, yeah, there was a lot of bumps in the roads. You couldn't predict how the other side would act, in this case, men, when there's two leads, because they do have more choices. So it was all new for us. But we always put each other first, and I would do it again and again, no matter what, because Rachel's, one of the best things that happened to me during this. So, and that's like what I'm taking away from it.
Now, Rachel, you said that this is obviously not how you wanted nor expected your journey to end. But last night there was a surprise. Avon came to the finale.
You don't really deserve any of this, anything that's happened between any of us. I was just wondering if you wanted to maybe get out of here and just catch up.
I would love nothing more.
Had you two been talking since last week when you came face to face on the first part of the finale?
Well, we did have an opportunity to talk, and it was so incredible to see him at, I guess it was the first part of our After the Final Rose, and to see him again. Avon's always been my support system throughout this journey, and to see his face in the corner after going through something that was really difficult, it was kind of bringing back all those feelings of just safety. And like, honestly, it was just so amazing to see him. And we were able to talk after without microphones. So it was really nice. And he has been so supportive.
So where do things stand now with you and Avon?
I'm so happy to have seen him, and who knows what the future is going to hold. Definitely open to it, and just seeing where it goes organically without any pressure.
Now, one moment from that scene that got a lot of blowback, to be honest, on social media, which also, by the way, had nothing to do with either of you. But when Avon came out on stage, Tino was still there. And of course, I think it goes without being said that what he did is not okay and never okay. But there was still a lot of viewers saying this seemed a bit harsh to put him in this light and to have him still on stage.
This is live TV. He just took Rachel. I don't know where they're going. I don't know what they're going to do. This has now left Tino and I in a very awkward situation.
Unfortunately, that was not Avon's choice, and he did express concern of not like ever wanting to do that the second we stepped off stage. He still does respect Tino as a person, and no one ever wants to be put in a position where they are humiliated or they feel like that on stage. And that was not his intention, my intention, or anyone's. I didn't even know it was happening. It really just all happened very quickly, and it was not something that Avon directly chose to do.
Now I have to ask, Rachel, you popped up in the promo for Bachelor in Paradise.
Yeah.
In what capacity are you on the show? Are you actually a contestant, or do you just kind of show up to say hello on the beach?
They're going to have to tune in and find out. Who knows?
Joy of our lives. Tuesday.
Maybe a little bit more Rachel.
Well, I definitely make an appearance on the beach. What happens, everyone will just have to wait and see, but it's definitely it's crazy down there. I'll have to say that.
Gabby, you did get your happy ending, and your journey ended in a really beautiful way, but not without controversy, as we saw last night. And the two of you fully addressed the text messages that surfaced from Eric, and you said that he had shared them with you before. So it's not like you were surprised by this coming out. I did see there was a text that happened later. So can you speak about that and your feelings about that particular message?
Obviously, I had concerns the same as everybody else. Why would you reach back out to her after you're in a committed relationship? You're sending the wrong message, because as we know, boys are dumb. But I think it was his, Hail Mary to try and get her to not release the text and to just kind of end the relationship amicably. But she was past that. Rightfully so. I mean, he didn't treat her the best before. So, I think his intentions were just to kind of, save his own ass, and it just didn't work out like that.
One more controversy that surfaced, and it wasn't addressed on the show last night, but a yearbook photo of Eric did surface from when he was a teenager, and he was wearing blackface. At what point did you learn about that, and what conversations did the two of you have?
I found out, with the rest of the world, and it was an immediate punch in the gut, really, truly devastating. So it was hard for both of us just to kind of like weigh our values and where we're at and how this came about. And there's no excuse. He apologized, but ultimately there's really no excuse for this behavior. So I think we're just really reflecting on ourselves, learning about where these biases come from, how they affect other people, and how to change them and how to grow. Eric and I did have a crazy, heated talk about an engagement. We still don't know how this thing is going to end.
Something that we saw that was really a point of conflict for both of you on your separate journeys was that you weren't sure if the men were ready for a proposal and for an engagement. So do you think that there should be discussions about potentially changing the format and maybe putting less emphasis on a proposal, and that it would be okay for the show just to end up with a relationship and with dating?
The show's expectations are pretty known before you go on.
Yeah, I don't think anyone wants to invest 3 months of their life watching a journey for someone to have a long distance boyfriend or girlfriend. It really just is the point of the show that makes it so interesting, that you get deep into those layers and you really have to get to know each other so quickly. And it's the whole premise of the show, truly.
What do you guys think about Zach as the Bachelor? Do you think that he's a good pick?
Yeah, I mean, I dated Zach. I think he's such an incredible guy, and I'm really looking forward to watching his journey unfold, and we're really excited to not be a part of a season for once. So watch it.
Yeah, we get to take a break. Let us know how it goes. See you on the other side.
This is crazy.
This is really crazy.